What is up, traders? Today, I want to bring you a Bitcoin technical analysis. I'm going to look at the Bitcoin's levels to trade and what to expect for the weekend, what I'm looking at, the trades I've taken since we broke out from that $16,000 area, the trades that I am looking to take, the scenarios that could play out. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Shawn, Bitcoin Growth Method, also known as ZAR Trader Guy. So if you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on that bell notification so that you can get notifications of trades and technical analysis that I'm posting. So my channel is all about growing your Bitcoin and growing your cryptocurrency. At the moment, I'm only accumulating Bitcoin. So if that interests you, make sure you subscribe. But let's get into the technical analysis. So I want to start off with this move that we had right down here at the $16,000 area. As you can see, we had a swing failure pattern that played out, taking out that low at 16,035. So I saw the swing failure pattern. I was actually not awake at the time. You can see 4 a.m. Central African time, or UTC +2. And I saw this and I thought, what I'm going to do. Actually, yeah, that was in the afternoon. My apologies. So I thought what I can do is get in on the fib golden pocket retrace. And as you see there, if you pull the fib from the impulsive move to the pivot of that move, we get this region of 16132. So I actually took the long at that, very close to that point. This is the place that I got in here, 16,145, and I took profits 16,646. Would have been great if I held that trade, but I believe in taking profits. So I got in roundabout at that retrace, and we had a very, very big breakout. I was looking to take a short there, but saw the volume picking up, as you can see here, and we had a very, very nice breakout. So the volume there on that half an hour candle was 106 million. Very, very big volume. So always watch your volume as you trading these ranges. You know, I always say trade the ranges until they break. So here we can see we had a range right here from the swing failure pattern between this daily at 15,800 to that weekly, broke out of that range. Then look to trade that range. Didn't spend long in that range. Broke out of that daily level, came and retested the daily, and up we went. So right now, we're in this range between this daily at 16,800 and 17,150, round about there. So I'm looking to trade the ranges. And I'm going to show you where I have actually placed trades and what the scenarios are that we could see playing out. Very interestingly, continuing from this idea of the fib retracement, if you missed this move, you could have taken it from this impulsive move to the top of that one. Obviously, not any strength playing out there. But if we turn on all of our fibs, you can see a bounce on the 50% or the 0.5 fib retracement. Next place that we actually had a very big breakout, once again, right here to the top of that move. And we almost had a touch that, for me, that would constitute as almost a touch. And if we put on our levels, where are we? There's my levels. You can see bouncing off the daily. Okay, not actually touching it quite to the point, which means there's weakness in the selling, and we had a breakout move once again to the upside. So I took a trade yesterday. I actually took a couple of short trades. I took a swing failure pattern off that high, 17,223, and you can see I took profits there on the USDT pair for Bitcoin, and on the USD, this is where I'm accumulating my Bitcoin. I actually took a trade. I went in a little bit earlier, held the trade, saw the swing failure pattern, came down and took profits at around about $17,000. So what am I talking about here? This swing failure pattern, that wick took out that high. It took out this high, okay, although that was lower than this high, and we had a very, very quick move down. When that happened, I was looking at the order flow, and I saw that we had a very, very big volume candle up. I'm just trying to find it there. Where are we? Right here. But a very, very big spike in volume up. You can see here 89 million on that candle where we wicked up all the way to that $17,335 area. And initially we had positive delta, but then I started watching where the buys and the sells were taking place. And as you can see here, very big positive delta going into the highs. All of those greens, those are big highs expecting the breakout, longing into that area. Then I knew, okay, the trap is on. And I took the short when I started seeing some of these very big short positions opening. So I took profits there, and very, very interestingly, we broke down through that range, smaller range value area high, broke down through the value area low, not even a retest on the 30-minute there. But if we switch on our fixed range currently, you can see there's a couple of areas of confluence here for me. So firstly, if I pull a fib from this impulsive move right here all the way to that top of that wick, you can see we're in a fib golden pocket reversal area right here. That's the first thing. Secondly, the fixed range, the volume area low is, it looks like it's now been reclaimed. Thirdly, we've got some fib confluence. So a lot of the time I pull a bunch of fibs from different areas, and where your lines line up, you get confluence there. Those are important areas of support and resistance. Another factor was that there's an MPOC. So if we look at the TPO chart, there's our MPOC. Obviously, it was touched yesterday, last night, with this wick down, and we touched it this morning. Another area of confluence is that we couldn't take out this low of yesterday. That means that there is the selling has dried up. Another area of confluence for me was this failed auction. If you look at these letters, two ticks basically from the low, that means it was an excess, and that normally means you can take the trade and we'll move up to the top. But we also had a failed auction right there. So there's a lot of factors that influenced my long position and taking along. If we look at another factor of confluence, we had a daily level here and wicking below there. So also another reason is that we had a swing failure pattern here of this previous low. And if we pull our fib extension from the impulsive move to there, that is my entry. I actually entered at 16,915, I think, this morning. Where are we? Okay, I didn't put that in there, but if we go to my order flow, you'll see my order sitting there. Just got to zoom out real quick. Yeah, there's my order, 16,915. Now, does this mean that I think we are going to moon? No, I'm a range trader. Remember, I trade the ranges until they break. So I'll probably look to see over the next couple of hours as London is opening and New York will be opening in a couple of hours. If we can get some volume coming in, you can see our volume is a little bit lower. We are having some positive momentum building on the volume. By the way, I also spotted some bullish CVD. That's another reason. So this really was a high confluence trade for me. Normally, I wouldn't look to take longs at an area like this, but we've had break up, a retest here you can see of this area. So this is possibly bullish. If we break out above these levels, and I say if, I'm not giving targets, I'm going to look at my levels. I'm not going to tell you, oh, we're mooning to this level or we're dumping down to this level. No. Take the trade. If we break above the levels, then you can turn it, or I normally turn it into a swing trade. So I'll look to see if we can take out the 17,145. If we come and retest this as support, I'll hold on to the trade, maybe move my stops up, possibly to the entire range POC or one of the value areas. And if we break up above there, Once again, we've got a FIB confluence there at 17,400, and we've got very important levels here, 17,570. That was the 19th of June low. That will act as resistance, and those are the levels above. So there is also a weekly POC, NPOC. I won't go and draw that now just for the sake of time at 18,250. But turning on the levels above 18,000, yeah, you can see there's not much between this daily of 17,150 and 18,200. So I expect if we reclaim this daily level, and I say if we reclaim, we could possibly see a move up to that $18,100 area, which I will look to take the short. If, once again, another scenario, if we reject at this daily level at 17,145. I will look to see if we maybe fake out above that, retest it as resistance, close out the long, and look to take a short there. So obviously, another scenario that we've got to look out for is if this does not play to the upside, because this consolidation for me is actually more bullish than bearish. Why? Because the consolidation is to the downside. So if I pull a parallel channel, there you can see. We could also look to see if we break up above that parallel channel to see if this is strength coming into the market, or if we break down below this fib, this daily area, and that fib confluence and NPOC, also below that trend line, that lower trend line of the parallel channel, then look to obviously take the short. For me, I wouldn't take a short there. I want to take a short possibly at that daily level if we get a fake up or a swing failure pattern above those highs. So to close off, let's look at the CVD, cumulative volume delta. I like to trade with that and the order flow. So as you can see right here, we had some beautiful bullish CVD. So from that low, we made a lower low on CVD, which means the market participants were trying to short this. But from that same point, my apologies, from this point, we actually had a higher low. So from this point, a lower low, but price was making a higher low. And that made me think that some of the bigger participants were holding up price there. So looking at volume, we had 11 million candles there and very nice shorts into the lows, which means those shorts at the moment are trapped. They'll possibly keep their shorts open up until the invalidation, and I'll show you where that invalidation will be. Well, another negative delta, not very big volume, and we had a 4 million volume candle just probably about an hour and a half ago, negative 2.2 million delta, and you can see all of those shorts into the lows of the candle, which makes them trapped. So I'm going to look for price to move above these areas here at 16,900, above that $17,000 area, because the short stops are going to be sitting in this areas right here. So watch for price to get to this area. Look at the reaction of price when it gets there. And if we get a continuation there, then we're possibly going to get a move up to the next stop zone, which will probably be around about this region here. Once again, look for price action. If it gets to there and rejects and doesn't get a follow through and goes down, possibly a place to close out that long and to take the short. Another scenario, as I said, if we got continuation, we could get a short squeeze happening, retest of this daily level, go through shorts, stops were triggered right here. They'll re-enter the market as longs, and we could see a move up. So whatever you do, make sure you're ready for a couple of scenarios. Always good to have a few scenarios that could play out within the market. Don't hold on to your bias. Set tight stops. My stops I'll set below the swing failure pattern. Why? Because if price moved down there, then it wasn't a swing failure pattern and it invalidates my idea. So if you like this video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you're trading. I'm also trading Balancer. yeah, there's a couple of levels. I might do some technical analysis. And also, if you don't follow me on Twitter, check out at ZAR Trader Guy or search for Bitcoin Growth Method. I often post trades on the fly. And I hope you have a wonderful trading weekend. Remember, there's low volume on the weekend, and that means that price can be manipulated a lot easier because of the lower volume. So safe trading. I'll see you next time, and keep accumulating those Satoshis.